Hi, you. Welcome to Sims 3. I almost said SimCity again. Welcome to Sims 3. Last time out, I killed my character, or I let her die. I gave her bad instructions or something. But she's dead, and that's no good. So I thought I would do something a little more cheerful this time, and I want to give you guys a tour of what I'm calling, well, I'm thinking of it as a treehouse, although I think this place actually needs a proper name because it's kind of cool. Um, the first time I ever did a live stream or when I was on YouTube, it was playing Tropico with Quill. And then the second time we were playing The Sims, and he had a family from Superstition, and he built this house, and he was talking about various things he could do with it. But the first floor of the house had nothing in it except stairs that went up. And then the house was built up on top, and he was talking about maybe extending it, and anyway. And he said something about trying to make it sort of tree-like, and I like trees, in case you somehow missed that. So I got this idea in my head. This is the result. I'm just going to give you a little quick tour here because that's more cheerful than watching poor Leo cry over his sister. There is a family in here. I had been, just before I started this, the four of us had been chatting online, and I was, actually I think I was chatting as I was building this family. So I was just pulling off our names. So we have Ava, Briarstone, Quill, Essentia. There was some, I think Anime might have been in on this conversation as well. I don't know, maybe not, because he should have been in here otherwise. At any rate, I just named it after the people I was talking to because I was thinking it might be fun to actually try to play this house at some point. So this, you're seeing the front yard here, and I'm going to back up and make the big presentation. So yeah, it's kind of like a tree house. Okay, go away. No. Just leave. We have a tree. These are magical people. We have a tree growing out of the roof. And if you come along this side, you will see that palm trees, are what's actually holding up the deck in that part of the house. I love this place. I have got to tell you, I love this place. Now I moved this, I had all the backyard landscaped and fixed up, and I moved this from another town into here, and everything got destroyed, and I had to build it, the yard at any point over again. So at any rate, over again. So anyway, I'm going to start at the front and give you guys a bit of a tour. I have the game paused at the, got a gargoyle because I love them. I don't think it's quite finished either. I think there's still some decorating to do inside, but whatever. But we have a tree growing out of the tower, and that makes me happy on levels I can't even explain. I think I've talked about the way I plant in other videos. This one, like this garden here in front, I don't even think I used move objects for this. This is pretty much just plop down wherever they fit. Some things only need one square, so you can pack them in nice. I use the terrain tool on the bottom, of course, which gives it a lot more depth, and when it matches the colors on top, it works out pretty well. Lots of grasses over here, a small tree. Now this house, like Quill's, has nothing on the top floor. Oops, down we go here. Let's go down a few levels here so you can see what's going on. There's nothing here. When you come in the front door, straight upstairs. There is a door here you can see to come out to the pool, which is under the house. And again, just stairs. And I followed that from what Quill had done. Okay, I just want to show you something here. Essentia is streaming video. What else would she be doing? And she has just grasped the basics of social networking. One thing I did notice in here was the girl called Ava has a mystery book in her inventory. Come on, that's perfect. I didn't do that. They just make these choices. So if you go upstairs, you come into the family's main living area. Now, this house was not made for these four people. This house was made for Quill's people. So he had 2 married couples and a baby had just been born. So I've got 2 main bedrooms, and you can see there's the, you know, the high chair. We've got some baby things going on. So that's why it'll look, these guys are going to get evicted, and I'm going to try to create, you know, a family, something like Quill had to put them in here. But I couldn't remember the names, and like I said, I was talking, so I just used the names I had, and I, you know, we'll change the families later. So got a nice little side table here, some pretty artwork. At the far back side here, there's a bookcase, little fairy pictures, because if you remember correctly, one of these ladies was a fairy. Whoops. One of them was also a witch. So we have a witch picture here. We have tarot cards, fortune tellers, cause yeah. There's a little seating area here with a nice TV. I love this part, using the suitcases as a coffee table. I love that. I think that's so cool. So we just got a nice little place here. The kitchen is just off this. You can watch some television if you want. More books. Over here, this is just a tiny little bathroom, little toilet. You know, the fairy girl into nature and all this stuff. So there's a toilet there, and there is a sink and, you know, mirror and stuff. That's the staircase that just goes down to the door that comes right out onto the pool. So if you want to go swimming, it's right there. We have little stuffies on the shelf for the kid, of course. And here's our kitchen. And stone floors, carpets. Yeah, it's a theme with me. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It's great. So that's your main kitchen area. They can sit and chat, cook, watch some television, have a nice dinner over here. So there's not a lot of room in this house, but it is kind of neat. So I'm going to go up a floor. Harry Potter poster, because, yeah. We've got a little, you know, painted on section here. This must be the couple that had the baby. There's a toy chest. Again, they've got, you know, that first floor is sort of the, because there were 2 couples in that house, and one had the baby. So the first floor is sort of a communal living area, and then each couple has their own floor. So they can sit here if they just want to be on their own. And over here is the baby's room. Can I turn this light on, please? And show you the little boy's room. So he's got some fun things going on and some toys. And the crib is there. That will have to be changed for a bed when he's older, but he's just a little guy right now, so that's cute. We can go over, check Mommy and Daddy's bedroom. And again, let's turn some lights on and hope we don't wake him up. So they're, you know, a little more formal. And these nice medieval pictures that go with the look of the place. And again, people have asked me where I'm getting some of this stuff. I use the Sims resource. I have an account there from their travels in France, of course. And I just download, every once in a while I'll go over for, you know, I don't know, every couple of months, and I get a little stupid and download a bunch of stuff. And I have promised myself I'm not going to download any more until I get my messes cleaned up in here for you guys. So there's their matching bathroom. Again, you know, kind of formal, pretty. The colors are coordinated throughout. So up one more floor. Oh, I did do this. Okay, I don't even remember finishing this. I didn't think it was done. These guys don't have children, so it's just the 2 of them. Do I not have a light I can turn on? You know what? Let's turn everything on. Let's go. So this must be the fairy girl. She likes her plants, the nice little wooden bed thing going on here. More pictures, more plants over here. In the bathroom as well, the toilet. Some antiques. I guess she collects things. A place to sit, again, on their own. A fairy statue. And, you know, her toilet matches, of course, because that's what I do. And then if you go up into the, well, it's not even showing here, but if you go up into the tower, then the tree is growing out of that room. Now each family has their own little seating area. These guys have their own deck that follow their colors, so they can come out here and be outside, have a little privacy. This family, whoa, down, down, down. This family can come out here and they've got things again for their kid. And this is a communal deck. And see, it's the trees that are holding up this side of the house. I like that part. I think that's so fun. So you can come out of the kitchen here. You can sit out here and have tea in the morning. You know, people, company, whatever. And this particular lot was very steep. So I did this landscaped backyard all the way down. Now when I moved it, the lot was bigger. That, you know, they just sort of stuck this rock in the middle. I had to reshape the land all the way around it. But I think it's worked out okay. So you get the steps coming down. The colors are kind of eclectic. I don't know if you've noticed. We have some different things going on. These were kind of cool people. They've got their own stuff happening. So, you know, we have a little seating place here. The night lights, gypsy lights, a little wheelbarrow, potted plants. You can come down here and sit if you'd like. Another place there, a little wishing well. The patio goes along, then just in the ravine, it's just lots of plants and flowers. If you go off to this side, and you can walk up here in the yard, here's a nice big place for a bonfire. You can hang around. Can we just light it, or do you have to go to it? We'd have to go to it. Well, you know what? Wake up. Let's go see what it looks like. Because the one lady is a fairy, we have, oh, I've got it on pause. Fail. We've got two little fairy houses here, so, you know, if she wants to rest outside in the shade, she can do that. And then, of course, the path that just goes back around and up the hill to the front yard and into the front door. And now I have to show you my favorite part. I have a greenhouse. And again, these are things I've gotten off the Sims resource. So we have an old rickety, you know, push mower here. And you can walk in here. We've got the bird bath, the bird feeder over here. If you go into the place, and let's go down and do that. You know, again, a nice little fairy house. She can plant in here. This is considered outside, so if she gathers seeds, she can come in here and actually plant them. Because I believe the fairy was a big gardener. I remember she had a little garden out back, and she was always outside taking care of things. So, got vines growing up inside. We get some potted plants, things in the window. The vines growing all along here. So when we get plants in here, it'll look pretty cool. I think this is going to look really nice. Yeah, that worked out very, very pretty. I liked that. And then I added, you know, more vines on the outside, of course, to keep it all very organic and like it's been there forever. Oh, she's gone swimming. Then there's the bonfire. So they can sit around the bonfire, they can toast marshmallows, they can have tea outside, hang out in the privacy of their own deck, and live in a tree house. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my poor boy who no longer has a sister. So he'll have to collect pets so he won't be lonely. So if you liked this, if you want to see more of this town, etc., etc., you know the spiel. Please remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't so far. Give me your comments, and I look forward to seeing you next time. So until we meet again, live your life happy, make that choice, and that's what it is. It's a choice, and always choose to build it beautiful. Bye-bye.